Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. Glad to have you aboard this evening, this afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from, potentially tomorrow on a fine Monday. Let me get the glasses on because obviously we got some serious stuff to talk about tonight. The Edmonton Oilers have an interesting week ahead. I've got kind of your news items to watch, things that could be happening throughout this Monday to Friday schedule that we have ahead of ourselves. Without a game until what, Wednesday? So stay tuned. We're going to have an interesting Monday, Tuesday, I'm sure. If you are new at any point to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button here on Doan TV. Just crossed 13,700, so that now tells me we're 1,300 away here on Dolynny TV, away from 15,000. What a way that would be to end the year 2023. Either way, me aside, we've got Oilers news to talk about, and that comes from Saturday headlines on Hockey Night in Canada, the Jack Campbell file. Of course, this is Elliotte Friedman doing his segment on Hockey Night in Canada, saying Jack Campbell back to the Edmonton Oilers sometime this week is far from impossible, not impossible. The way he worded it is kind of how we've all been wording it. It's a pretty sure shot. Obviously, nothing guaranteed, though. That's how I would put it. I'm not trying to put words in his mouth or trying to word what he said differently. More or less, as we've all put it this week, it's just likely it's going to happen, but of course, nothing guaranteed. All right, that's Jack Campbell. Friends, we move ahead to the goaltender file here for the Edmonton Oilers, where Brian Hedger, who has been on the file who's been at the Oilers game, or scouting for the Oilers at the Columbus Blue Jackets games. 13 teams on the scouting list in Boston, but none from Edmonton, Vegas, or Washington. Of course, the Oilers had 3 reps at each of the Jackets' previous 3 games. Vegas had 2 for Ottawa. Big thing here is for the Oilers, they've been looking at Elvis Merzlikins, and of course, potentially taking a look in case of Stuart Skinner really meteorically rising as he did last year. Possibly a guy like Spencer Martin of the Blue Jackets as well. The Oilers, you got to remember, they had 3 scouts to 1 game and then had 3 listed as accredited, but only 1 showed up. So keep that in mind, that again, the Oilers and Blue Jackets situation continues to evolve. However, tonight, nothing materializing so far. If anything changes, I've got tomorrow off actually, so I will keep you up to date. Like I said, these are all things to keep your eye on this coming week. That is where we move on to one thing I want you to talk about kind of within. It's been a few weeks, it feels like, since we last seriously talked about Dylan Holloway and that situation. This is a well-educated guess on my part that we are likely to see news on Dylan Holloway this week or upcoming weekend. The reason I say that is obviously the Oilers, if they are going to make a move, you're going to have to kind of find how this roster fills out. If Warren Foegele is a salary cap victim, you're going to want to probably know, as the Edmonton Oilers, what your timeline is on Dylan Holloway. Now, what I will also compliment is Drake Caggiula is having a pretty good little run down there in Bakersfield. So we'll see if Drake Caggiula in the medium term could factor into the Oilers' plans should Warren Foegele, who's listed as number 14 on Frank Saravelli's trade board, potentially be moved out for a guy like Elvis Merzlikins, and then of course moved in goaltending situation, and then you've got Drake Caggiula filling the hole until we know when Dylan Holloway is back. Obviously, I think we get an update on Holloway this week just to kind of give a little bit of a timeline on when everything could take shape, because I think too the Oilers might at this point be frustrated with how the trade market continues to play out. The Oilers have been aggressive, going out there talking about goalies, trying to find goalies, and still have yet to materialize a trade, while also allowing time for Jack Campbell to regain form down in the AHL. Whether that has happened or not, that's not for what I'm saying here. Just basically they've been biding their time all throughout November. Now Jack Campbell likely to join the Oilers sometime this week, so you'd assume he gets a start or 2 and then something happens there. Although I'm still full aboard the train that if the Oilers can trade him prior to giving him another start in an Oilers uniform, they likely will, especially when you talk about a quality goaltender like Elvis Merzlikins or Jake Allen, as compared to what we have gotten out of Jack Campbell the past year and a half. Friends, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. That's really all I've got for you. A fast-paced, fast-moving episode. I am up on out of here. You have a great night. We will talk to you hopefully tomorrow, but maybe hopefully tonight if the Oilers can materialize a goaltender trade like I was forewarning of on Friday. I am up on, gone.